A lot of people watch this channel because they're trying to figure out how to become a researcher, what it actually means to be a graduate student, how to become a professor. And I actually want to talk about some of that at this moment. And I just want to encourage you to just start doing it. Doesn't matter where you are, what stage you are. If you're in high school at this moment, start doing that research. Start exploring the world. Actually, just start doing it. Start writing down what you think. Go and actually start exploring things. Take the time to actually just look around at the world around you and document what you're thinking, document what you're exploring. The simplest thing that you could do is just ponder a simple question. Go and think about how the world actually works. So if you don't know me, I'm Professor Dave Maslak. I'm Associate Professor of Innovation Strategy and Entrepreneurship. I'm going to create this whole reciprocity project to give back as much as I possibly can. There's so many people to help me out that I wanted to pay the favor forward to help you out as much as I possibly can. So we often think that there's a right way or a wrong way to do things in life. And I'm here to tell you that there really isn't a right way or wrong way. It's the way that you actually just do it. And that's why I'm going to encourage you, if you're thinking of doing research, if you want to learn how to be a researcher, it's just start thinking about the world. Ponder something that happens in the world around you and just start exploring it, right? Like a simple question is, why do we have reflections on this water behind me? Or why is that water that color? Just start trying to figure it out. Go and start writing it down and exploring. There might actually be something that's interesting there. Maybe a microbe that nobody else has seen before. Maybe it is just all a bunch of dirt and silt in that water, but maybe there's something that's going on there. And that's all it really takes, is just to ponder something that you're curious about. Or when you walk or talk to people and somebody says something, or somebody in your environment says something that's outrageous and you're like, that can't possibly be the truth. Go and explore that particular thing. As a social scientist, and that's what we study in business school, is we're social sciences, and we think about the world and organizations and how they work around us, is that you see a lot of outrageous things that happen, or somebody says something in the news and you're like, that can't possibly be the case. And you just go and you start investigating that particular thing. Or you use your experience that you have in your life to drive what you talk about and think about. So you just simply wander around and then you encounter a weird thing. Maybe there's animals that walk in a certain pattern. I walk by these squirrels every day. I don't know what the heck they're doing, but there's always a group of squirrels that are there. I don't know why that is. And if I was interested in that, really deeply interested, I should pick it up and start exploring why that actually happens. We overthink these things in our life, whatever that is that you're thinking about. But, we think that there should be some sophisticated way, and that there is a way that we should go about of doing that, where we need to become a professor or become so-and-so before we can actually have some really good thoughts. But I'm going to tell you this, that most things that we research in this world really start out with somebody just pondering it. And it's usually somebody that we don't know who they are and what they're doing, and they just start pondering it. It's a grad student. And those grad students just start thinking about this thing. And they do that for 10 to 15 years. By the time they actually start getting a real answer to this, then people start paying attention to it. So if you're really curious about research and thinking about the world, just start. So if you're 15 years old, by the time you're 25 and you start pondering about something, you already have a pretty big advantage over a lot of people in terms of wondering about how this thing works. So if you're curious, just be curious and start writing and start working and start pondering and reading. Jump onto that scholar.google.com and start looking at some of those articles that are out there. There's a lot of information, but you'll be surprised in how little we actually know about the world. So if you want to do it and you're curious about how to become a researcher, just start researching. Don't overthink it.